In these 3 short films, we're going to look at transport and transport networks. How do you get around? How do you get from A to B? And how many of these different modes of transport, land transport, air transport, and water transport, have you used or would like to use? In this video, part 1, we'll look at different modes of land transport. Well, the most basic mode of transport for us humans is, of course, our legs. Our closest primate relatives, chimpanzees, occasionally walk on 2 legs. But for us, with our nomadic origins, walking as a primary mode of transport sets us apart. So many of you get to school on foot. You walk. Maybe you jog. Or if you're late, perhaps you run. Hey, where are you going? That's not the way to school. Of course, if you're an expert in parkour, then that's another way you can move around the city. But please be careful. Another common way to move around is on wheels. You might use a wheelchair, a bicycle or push bike. You probably don't go to school on a penny farthing, although maybe your great-grandfather did. You may have a scooter, roller skates, or a skateboard. Don't do anything dangerous, please. What's that? Magic? Take it easy. That's better. You may have a moped, just a 50cc, or indeed a motorbike. Or if you have passed your driving test and have a driving license, you may drive a car. No, not a bumper car, a real car. And no, not a racing car, just an ordinary road car, like a hatchback, an estate or station wagon, a compact or small family car, a sedan or saloon, or again an MPV, multi-purpose vehicle, or an SUV, a sports utility vehicle. Too many names. And I was forgetting a convertible. Oh yes, that's what you'd like, I'm sure. To feel the wind in your hair, eh? Well, whatever car it is, if you're the driver or the passenger, don't forget to buckle up. Of course, perhaps you take public transport to get to school. Maybe a bus, perhaps a school bus, or even a trolley bus, tram, or cable car. Now, if school is a long way from your home, you might take the tube, or subway, or perhaps a train. Not a steam train, not today, but an electric train. Maybe a high-speed train. Of course, if you live in a part of the world where these transport networks are not extensive, or perhaps do not exist, you will probably use animals to help you get from one place to another and to transport goods. Of course, we can't use all big animals as a means of transport. Some cannot be tamed and are best left well alone. Horses are the most widely used animals, either to ride or to pull a cart. Donkeys are also used, especially in Greece, Turkey, and the Himalayas. Camels were traditionally used by Bedouins to travel across the deserts of Arabia and the Sahara, and are still widely used in hotter climates. And elephants were used to transport people and goods along the Silk Road and by Hannibal in battle. Dogs, traditionally blue-eyed huskies, are still used to pull sleds in the colder regions of the world, especially in Lapland and the Arctic Circle. And last but not least, reindeer. You may have a toy one at home. Those beautiful creatures native to the Arctic and subarctic regions of northern Europe once occupied over half the landmass of present-day Canada. They're still used as a means of transport, and it is said that in December they fly into the sky to transport a man with a white beard carrying many presents to the 4 corners of the world. Well, I wonder how many of these modes of transport you have used. And how many can you remember? In the next two videos, we'll be looking at air transport, including rockets and biplanes, jets and deltaplanes, and hot air balloons. And then at water transport, so canoes and rowing boats, ferries and cruise ships, jet skis, windsurfs, and of course, sailboats. I wonder which you would prefer to do. Float up into the sky in a beautiful balloon, shoot out of the Earth's atmosphere in a rocket, or sail peacefully into the horizon on a small yacht. Have a think about it. And in the meantime, wherever you go and however you travel, bon voyage. Or as we say in English, have a good trip.